This is Jared Horek, and this is my Today's Racing Digest video feature race of the week for Friday, April 11th. I'm going to be doing the Grade 1 Maker's Mark Mile at Keeneland. And head on over to todaysracingdigest.com for unlimited downloads of any of their handicapping products for $49 a month. This is a good time of the year to try that Today's Racing Digest special with the Triple Crown series right around the corner. So head on over to todaysracingdigest.com if you're interested in this deal, and I will include a link in the video description below for that $49 offer. And now we're going to meet the field for this Maker's Mark Mile, and I am going to be doing a handicapping article for this race at todaysracingdigest.com. I'm going to give out my analysis and wagering strategies for this Maker's Mark Mile, and I will include a link to that handicapping article in the video description below. So if you want to check that out, just look at the video description, click on that link, take you over to the digest page, and I'll have analysis and wagering strategies for the Maker's Mark Mile. But in this video, I'll go through the contenders. I will give out my top choice. And it'll be the 9th race at Keeneland on Friday, April 11th, Grade 1, $650,000 Maker's Mark Mile, 4-year-olds and up, 1 mile on the turf course. Scheduled post time is 5:16 p.m. Eastern Time. And now we'll pull up the field. Integration is number 1, and this horse with Frankie Dettori aboard. Shug McGaughey's the trainer, and he comes off of a second place finish in the Pegasus World Cup Turf. Number 2 is Fantastic Again. Wesley Ward, Irad Ortiz Jr., he hasn't been seen since Kentucky Downs, September of last year, and he was 9th in that stakes race. Number 3 is Trickery for trainer Graham Motion, and John Velasquez is the pilot. This one is 8-1 morning line, and he's making his first start as a 4-year-old in here. He won multiple stakes races as a 3-year-old last year. Number 4 is Grand Aspen, Joao Rosario for trainer Jonathan Thomas, and he's one that would be stepping up in class in here. He ran in optional claiming races at Santa Anita, finishing 4th in his last 2 starts. Number 5, Santorini, he's a 30-1 long shot. Alex Achard is the rider, and Rudolph Brissett is the trainer here, and he was 5th at Turfway Park in his last stakes start. Your 9-5 morning line favorite is the 6, Carl Spackler, for trainer Chad Brown, and Flavien Prat is the pilot here. And this horse won multiple stakes races last year, including the Grade 1 Turf Mile at Keeneland in the fall. Number 7, Silent Heart. This one is 8-1 morning line. Ryan Lynch is the trainer. Luis Saez will ride this one, and he was a close 3rd last time out in the Canadian Turf. Number 8, Northern Invader for trainer Cherie DeVoe, and Jose Ortiz is the pilot. And Ortiz rode this horse to victory at Keeneland last spring, and he exits a runner-up finish in the Grade 3 Tampa Bay Stakes. Number 9, Seminole Chief for trainer Jack Sisterson, and Dylan Davis is going to ride this one. Back-to-back turf route wins at Gulfstream Park for this one, including a stakes win in the Appleton Stakes. So now we're going to look at the Today's Racing Digest past performances. So the past performances are provided by Today's Racing Digest in this field. And we'll start with Integration in here, and looking at his record for all turf routes: 11 starts, 5 wins, 2 seconds, and a 3rd. He's run in turf routes at Keeneland once, and he finished 3rd. That 3rd place finish at Keeneland was in this race last year. So he's following that same pattern where he ran in the Pegasus, and then he ran in this race. But he ran better in the Pegasus this year, finishing 2nd by a neck under Frankie Dettori. So Dettori is going to ride him back. He's got the inside post. He's got a versatile running style. Looks like he's going to have some pace to chase. I figure he's going to save ground behind the speed and then try to rally from off the pace. We'll look at Trickery next for trainer Graham Motion. And for this one, his overall turf route record: 8 starts, 3 wins, a 2nd, and a 3rd. Now the big concern here is look at the record for Keeneland turf routes. 2 starts in Keeneland turf routes, no wins, no 2nds, and no 3rds. So he didn't run well in his 2 starts at Keeneland, and this is also his first start since October. But he is a 4-year-old with upside, and he showed talent last year as a 3-year-old. The next one we'll look at is Carl Spackler, and he has a stellar overall record in turf routes: 7 for 11 with a runner-up finish. He's 1 for 1 in Keeneland turf routes, and as I mentioned earlier, that victory at Keeneland was in the Grade 1 Keeneland Turf Mile last fall, and he earned a good final time rating there, a 150. So looking at some of those final time ratings, we see he had a 150. Trickery, a few starts back, he had a 147. And then Integration, he had a 156 in his last start. So for Carl Spackler, he's right there on numbers. He's right there. He's got good class ratings as well for Today's Racing Digest. So this horse deserves to be the favorite. It's just a question of does he need the race, his first start since November. And he was in the Breeders' Cup last year and he finished 6th. He's one that loves Saratoga, and Saratoga is going to be running later on this year. And I assume that he's going to be pointing to some of those races that he ran at Saratoga last year, including that 4-star Dave that he won last summer. That's a Grade 1 race there. The next one we'll look at is Northern Invader for trainer Cherie DeVaux. And Jose Ortiz is going to reconnect with this one. Good jockey trainer team here. Looking at the digest stats, they're 21 for 68 together. So a quality jockey trainer team. This horse has a good overall record in turf routes, 9 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. And he's 1 for 1 in Keeneland turf routes. And Jose Ortiz did ride him to victory in that Keeneland turf route. That was April of 2024, and he got a 150 final time rating. Now, he returned from a layoff last time it was from July of 2024 till February 1st of this year. So he came off of a long layoff. He was a close second in that Grade 3 Tampa Bay Stakes, and that was his first start as a gelding. So for Northern Invader, he earned a 155 final time rating last time. Just not sure what kind of running style he's going to use here because there is some speed. He does have some speed, but he doesn't need the lead, but he seems effective on the lead, and he showed good speed last time. He's got an outer post, so I think maybe he'll impact the pace in here. So those main contenders, Northern Invader, Carl Spackler, we see Trickery, maybe even Fantastic again. We can just look at him real quick. He's 0 for 3 in turf routes, but 2 runner-up finishes. This is his first start at Keeneland. Wesley Ward typically points to Keeneland. This horse had run some quality races. He got a 153 final time rating at Santa Anita in a Grade 1. So he does fit with these, but he's another one I'm not sure. He wants to be up on the pace. He may need to start, first start since September. And then Integration is the other contender, and Integration is going to be my top choice in here. I like that inside post. Frankie Dettori, got to know him last time. He rode him well, and I think that this horse did all of the pace, dirty work last time out, and he was just run down late. That was a good effort, and now cutting back in distance, I don't think that's going to hurt him too much in here, especially with the race flow. It's looking like the pace should be honest. He's run well in multiple stakes races. He's a 5-time winner on turf, and I think Integration, he's got the class ratings to compete here. He's got the good final time ratings. You look at the last fraction for today's Racing Digest, he has some nice closing kicks in some of his races. So I think that Integration fits in a lot of categories, and I think that maybe he can rally for the win in here. But if you want my overall wagering strategies, like I said, go over to todaysracingdigest.com in their news section to read my handicapping article for this race with wagering strategies and analysis. And that will wrap up this video. And I'll be back next week with another Today's Racing Digest video feature race of the week. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.